This program is sponsored by
मेरो देश मेरो जगदम्बा सिमेन्ट
जगदम्बा स्टिल उत्कृष्ट गुणस्तर प्रतिको प्रतिबद्धता NS अवार्ड 2015 बाट सम्मानित
चन्द्रगिरी हिल्स लिमिटेड
हुन्छ पुरा
चिताएको कुरा
धेरै छन् बचतका खुशीहरू बचत गरौँ ग्लोबल आइएमई ब्याङ्क सबैका लागि ब्याङ्क
माछापुछ्री ब्याङ्क लिमिटेड।
दर्शक नमस्कार, राष्ट्र विकासका लागि आर्थिक बहस बिजनेस टेलिभिजन र बिजनेस टेलिभिजनको विशेष प्रस्तुति BTV विशेषमा यहाँलाई स्वागत छ। BTV विशेषमा आज हामी नेपालमा लगानीको विषयमा कुरा गर्दैछौँ। पछिल्लो समय नेपालमा चिनिया तथा भारतीय लगानी अलिकति चासोपूर्वक आइरहेको छ। विशेषतः चिनिया लगानी नेपालमा अलिकति एग्रेसिभली आउन खोजिरहेको छ। यसै सन्दर्भमा हामीले एकजना चिनिया लगानीकर्तासँग कुरा गर्न खोजिरहेका छौँ। उहाँ चाहिँ इन्टरनेसनल चाइना इन्भेस्टमेन्ट फोरम ICIF का अध्यक्ष हुनुहुन्छ मार्कस ली। उहाँले चाहिँ नेपालमा पर्यटन तथा अरू क्षेत्र के हुनसक्छ भौतिक संरचनाको क्षेत्रमा लगानी गर्ने भनेर आफ्नो प्रयास गरिरहनु भएको छ र हिमालयन ट्राभल मार्ट 2018 केही सन्दर्भमा हामीले उहाँलाई भेटेर नेपालमा लगानी गर्न उहाँहरूको इच्छा के छ, कसरी गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ यो विषय हामीले कुरा बुझ्ने कोसिस गरेका छौँ। उहाँलाई स्वागत गरौँ। वेलकम टु बिजनेस टिभी।
Thank you so much. Thank you, B.
First of all, I'd like to know about your organization, ICIF.
Thank you. ICIF is Association of Small Medium Enterprise in China. Is represented by 11,000 companies, business owners. About 30% of them are in tourism business. Yeah.
And while investing or while talking to any further parties, you do deal collectively or you do deal individually?
We have done in the past collectively and individually. For example, in this case, this time coming to Nepal is to look into your tourism.
Okay.
I think China tourism business is booming.
Yeah.
This will be the best time to invest into Nepal tourism. So I was looking into two areas what we can do. First, to bring in Chinese tourists to you, and number two, to bring in investment in tourism into Nepal. For example, your infrastructure, your hotels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you are interested to invest now in hotel.
As I mentioned, it's two areas. First, we can help Nepal to promote better into China.
China, okay.
Promote Nepal as a destination to China. This is step one.
Yeah, okay.
To increase the awareness of Chinese people about how beautiful Nepal is.
Okay.
So much to do. I think the awareness is still low because now your number is about 100,000, a little bit more. But you have the potential to go further. Like our conference yesterday, we talked about 5 million by 2030.
Okay.
So that means now it's 2018, 2030 is 12 years from now.
Okay.
5 million. But my question to the audience, maybe we don't do 5 million. Maybe we do the quality customer. One quality customer, like one HNWI, stand for high net worth individual from China, maybe equals to 5 or 10 average tourists. So maybe you don't need 5 million, maybe you need 500,000 quality customer to come here.
Okay.
But of course, investment. Yeah.
So, in this visit, what you are doing, where you are going, and to whom you are having meetings or any bilateral negotiations at this visit?
I think the most important meeting I have this trip will be talking to the tourism board,
Okay.
NTB. In my capacity, I hope to help NTB to promote more to China. I think NTB done a fantastic job. Like you have created a new Chinese website. I saw that, and you guys do a lot of roadshow to China. But my company can give you more. Entering new market to China, for example, go to the city that you don't tap. Then opening new cities and using the tools in China that we use to promote to us.
Yeah. At this moment, Chinese tourist flow in Nepal is increasing day by day.
Yes.
And as you are here to promote more Chinese tourists, can you estimate the number next year? What could be the number of Chinese tourists here.
It's not difficult for Nepal to achieve a growth of minimum 20% per year
Okay.
from China. But I think we should not stop there. There are new airports coming in to Nepal. The railway is connecting Tibet to here through Qinghai. So those are potential coming in a few years' time. But we have to look at now. Even your current infrastructure, you can go beyond 20%.
Okay.
Yeah. China surpassed India as number one incoming tourist to Nepal for a reason. And if we can increase your promotion by 50%, then you can see the numbers increase.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's easy to increase.
It's not difficult to increase the number because Nepal have a good image in China. Nepal is famous for your friendliness. And we even have a Nepalese restaurant in Shanghai where I live. So we know Nepal, but we need to increase the promotion, not just the main city like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, but go to the second tier city like Chengdu, Chongqing, Nanjing, and go to the third tier, like let's say the North China, or target Hong Kong. Even though you have an airline fly direct to Hong Kong, but your number is still not enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your visit will definitely promote Chinese tourists and Chinese investment in Nepal. And do you see any potentiality to invest immediately in tourism sector, or do you have any negotiations going on in Nepal now?
Yes, I do, but I can't mention the company name now. But yes, this trip is very fruitful, meeting very good company to talk about potential investment into Nepal. Because as I mentioned, our association is association of SME. Most of them are business owners or CEOs. In China, SME is not so small. It's not like selling pizza, but they are quite sizable company. We have in the past brought investors from China to invest in hotel in Europe. So if we can buy hotel or invest hotel in Spain, in England, we can invest hotel in Nepal. So this trip, I'm going around the city, country to see a few places, not all. I'm going to Chitwan, I'm going to Lumbini, I'm going to Pokhara to see what is there and what is lacking. I saw some in Kathmandu. You have some hotels, but maybe you need a bit more. Yeah.
Okay. So if you invest, or if your negotiation concluded positively, what would be your preference? You would invest in the luxury hotel or the backpacker or small hotels?
I can't answer now for now, but because it all depends on the market. It should be market driven. What I do see, I think an upgrade of facility is important. Not necessarily immediately you have to go to like 6 stars hotel, but maybe you can slowly move towards the luxury segment or something higher. I don't believe it's a sudden jump, but I think you can do it gradually. Just like in China ourselves, we do gradually increase that. Yeah.
Okay. In our touristic area of Kathmandu, Tamil, the number of Chinese businessmen is increased in last 5 years.
Yeah, I heard.
Tremendously.
Yeah.
Did you take their experience in Nepal? How they are feeling? How whether they are enjoying in Nepal or not?
You mean the business people or the tourists?
Business people.
Okay, I think it's good that you attract a lot of Chinese coming here to invest, opening restaurants, small business here. But as a Chinese tourist, when I come here, I do want to experience something local, right? I want to try your food. I want to learn your culture. But for Chinese people, once in a while, they want to go to Chinese restaurant to eat. So this actually fit the business, but hopefully not overwhelming. After all, we are coming to visit your culture, your country.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your preference, or you as a visitor or any Chinese visitor wants to taste the local food, want to feel the local culture, and to feel Nepal.
Correct. I think in the past, Chinese tourists, when we go to another country, we want to do shopping, sightseeing, and we want to eat everyday Chinese food. But now things have changed.
Okay.
Like any other tourist, we upgrade ourselves. Behavioral change. It's no longer shopping is number one, but experiential traveling, which is number one. This is where Nepal is good at. You have your trekking, you have your mountains, you have your lake, you have a safari, and you have your temples. You have more to offer, but this awareness have to be better promoted into China, the market, which is not like one country, it's like multiple provinces and with different perceptions.
दर्शकवृन्द हामी विदेश टेलिभिजनको यो विशेष प्रस्तुति बिटिभी विशेषमा छौँ र हामी कुरा गरिरहेका छौँ मार्कस लीसँग। उहाँ चाहिँ इन्टरनेसनल चाइना इन्भेस्टमेन्ट फन्ड ICIF का अध्यक्ष हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँ अन्तर्गत उहाँले भनिसक्नु भएको छ 11,000 एसएमईहरू छन् जसले एकदमै ठुलो लगानीको सम्भावना राख्छन्। उहाँ चाइनाका एसएमई भनेका चाहिँ नर्मल बिजनेसहरू भन्दा एकदमै ठुला साइजका बिजनेसहरू हुन्छन् भनेर उहाँले भन्नुभएको छ। हामी थप कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ तर एकैछिनको विश्रामपछि।
This program is sponsored by
मेरो देश मेरो जगदम्बा सिमेन्ट
जगदम्बा स्टिल उत्कृष्ट गुणस्तर प्रतिको प्रतिबद्धता NS अवार्ड 2015 बाट सम्मानित।
चन्द्रागिरी हिल्स लिमिटेड हुन्छ पुरा चिताएको कुरा।
धेरै छन् बचतका खुशीहरू, बचत गरौँ। ग्लोबल आइएमई ब्याङ्क, सबैका लागि ब्याङ्क।
माछापुछ्री ब्याङ्क लिमिटेड।
This program is sponsored by
मेरो देश मेरो जगदम्बा सिमेन्ट
जगदम्बा स्टिल उत्कृष्ट गुणस्तर प्रतिको प्रतिबद्धता NS अवार्ड 2015 बाट सम्मानित।
चन्द्रागिरी हिल्स लिमिटेड हुन्छ पुरा चिताएको कुरा।
धेरै छन् बचतका खुशीहरू, बचत गरौँ। ग्लोबल आइएमई ब्याङ्क, सबैका लागि ब्याङ्क।
माछापुछ्री ब्याङ्क लिमिटेड।
दर्शकवृन्द पुनः स्वागत छ राष्ट्र विकासलाई आर्थिक बहस विदेश टेलिभिजनको विशेष प्रस्तुति बिटिभी विशेषमा हुनुहुन्छ यहाँहरू र हामीले कुरा गरिरहेका छौँ ICIF इन्टरनेसनल चाइना इन्भेस्टमेन्ट फोरमका चाहिँ अध्यक्ष मार्कस लीसँग। उहाँ चाहिँ नेपालमा लगानी गर्न आउनु भएको छ, लगानीका सम्भावनाहरू खोज्न आउनु भएको छ। यो नेपालको लागि खुसीको कुरा पनि हो। वेलकम ब्याक।
Thank you.
Nepal in last we can say 4 or 5 months have shown a clear picture of stable government and development politics rather than having the political issues. And it seems it will grow from every side, maybe into tourism, maybe in infrastructure, maybe per capita, whatever we say, in agriculture, any side. And government has envisioned to develop these sectors as well. In this time, China, which has been since very long, being a very good friend of Nepal, how China can take part in development of Nepal?
Well, I think in many ways, in terms of size, in terms of tourism size, China now is number one in the world that send out 130 million Chinese travelers around the world. Okay. That's number one. We bring you tourists. And with these tourists, they're coming to Nepal, that you upgrade your facility, you create jobs. The more people coming from China, you have more business opportunity. When you have more revenue, then you have hire more people, and yeah, that's the effect. That's one part. In terms of how China can contribute in this, we also have the One Belt, One Road. We call them OBO. OBO has been invested in more than 70 plus countries, and we're talking about billions of investment. Sri Lanka alone took $4 billion US dollars in the project of the port. So I think under this initiative, I know your Prime Minister is going to China soon. Under this framework, I think you can invite more Chinese investment into fulfilling and completing your current infrastructures.
Okay, it means you see the immediate potentiality of Chinese investment in Nepal in a big volume?
Immediate investment, I think if we can focus on one or two sectors to start with, that's important. It can't spread too much.
Okay.
So it's actually essentially what do you need from China now in terms of industry investment, then we can focus on that. If tourism is one of your key sectors, which is about 10% of GDP or a bit less,
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to focus in that. Yeah.
Okay. From your organization, International China Investment Forum, so do you have any counterpart organization here or really tie up any bilateral collaboration in Nepal?
Our first and foremost organization we are exploring to tie up will be NTB, the Tourism Board, because the whole reason of coming here is to help the Tourism Board to be better presented in China and increase the marketing. I think you need a local knowledge, like a local company like us. We can help you actually go further. We have 8 offices in China covering different areas. I'm sure that NTB have been doing a lot of work, but there's never enough in China. One China equals the size of one Europe.
Okay.
If you don't look at China as one country, look at China as like 32 countries.
Yeah.
If you look at it, then your marketing positioning will be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of number you are talking?
In terms of exposure, in terms of opening new markets inside China.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your organization, as you told, has the big number of business persons, 11,000 SMEs are
companies,
there.
yes.
Yeah, and even SMEs are not,
SMEs, yes,
not smaller.
yes.
They are big companies
yes,
in China.
yes.
How can Nepalese private sector get connected directly to your organization and get technical, maybe business benefits from your organization?
I think there are 2 things we can do. Number 1, we can do help Nepal to do roadshow to China.
Okay.
For example, you have a delegation representing manufacturing, delegation of agriculture, tourism, or infrastructures, or something else, or craft. We can help you to do the roadshow to China and connect with our members. For example, currently I'm helping one country, to let's say Papua New Guinea, to do roadshow in 8 cities in China. So this is a big plan. Depending how much you want to do, your government and the private sector that come together, now is the time to do it. Yeah.
And you are ready to support?
We are of course ready to support. That's why I'm here today.